Hi, everybody. Bill Noble here from Token Metrics. Welcome to our long-term price prediction series. Today, probably the most tricky one of all, helium. Before we get started on that, make sure you subscribe to the Token Metrics YouTube channel. Turn on alerts so you know when we're going live. And if the content works for you now or 4 years from now, please hit the like button. All right, today we're going to focus on helium. So this was a favorite of Token Metrics early in the last cycle, like way early, like 2019. We had our C-suite executives go see the original helium factory in San Francisco, where Helium was building the devices that essentially made a decentralized internet. So you effectively shared your internet with other people using the Helium device. Now, in the beginning, you got paid a lot of money to do this. And as with all mining rewards models, revenue fell off. Then Helium made a venture into 5G. And then during the bear market, apparently big venture capital groups gave up on Helium and sold it all the way back down to where it started from in the last cycle. So even though the fundamental guys still like this, the question is, where can helium realistically go? Of all the long-term price prediction videos we've done, this one, I think, has to focus on realism. Because like if you look at the chart, like this is the weekly chart of helium, this is from 0 to 61 and then all the way back down to 3. Now, given, the fundamentals of these coins, given that big venture capital groups still like it, frankly, it was a stunning move up and an even more stunning collapse. So let's go back to Token Metrics, right? As you know, this is our page on individual coins that has this price prediction grid. So let's talk about what's in this price prediction grid. Across the top, we have total crypto market cap ranging from 500 billion all the way out to 10 trillion. And then we have market cap dominance for helium, where we have choices between 0.03 all the way to 0.67. Now, this is tricky because helium dominance or helium's importance or the amount of market cap helium takes up versus the rest of the market is currently only at 0.07%. So one of the first things we've got to answer is, can helium become more important than it is now? Not whether it can go back to its high at $61, but can helium's business model of going into first a decentralized internet, then decentralized 5G, can these guys become more important? In other words, if it's just a situation where people mine and then sell, maybe the network validators, can that propel the token higher? My personal opinion is I would love to own stock in helium. If it was a publicly traded stock that would generate earnings, I'd be like, oh, wow, I'm interested. The question is, what happens to the token? And can the token become more important? Let's dive deep into the Token Metrics grid. So right now, helium dominance is at 0.07. So let's say helium dominance stayed the same. It stayed around 0.07, which is the second choice. So at a $5 trillion market cap for the next cycle, this cycle in 2022, 2021 topped out around 3 trillion. So if you have modest expectations for the next cycle, with helium remaining as important as it is now, helium only goes back to 26. The old high was 61. So that's not very exciting. Okay. Even if the market cap expands to 10 trillion, which is basically all of finance running on the blockchain, even in parallel to legacy, this is like foreign exchange, bonds, real estate, stocks. Helium is at $52. Again, not back at its high with the current importance or dominance. In order for helium to exceed this past cycle's high, it's going to have to become a lot more important in the market. Dominance will either have to go to 0.1 or 0.13. So the dominance would have to double. Now, helium fundamental bulls would say, no problem. Okay. So we'll let the fundamental guys do their analysis. But the question is, from a TA point of view, are any of these prices like 39, 52 over here, right? These are prices for a $5 trillion market cap. Again, even if helium becomes more important, that does not give you a new high. For helium to get a new high, you've got to have a $10 trillion market cap, with helium becoming much more important. Now, of course, in technology, things can develop. Helium is undoubtedly not going to sit around with their token at 3 and just say, okay, well, here we are. They're going to innovate, and the venture capital groups like Multicoin Capital and our guys think that, helium's got a big future. So let's go to the chart and let's talk about, what that big future would look like. I mean, can we even draw a big future in helium just based off the TA that's out there? One thing I noticed is we're using both Fibonacci extension and Fibonacci circles. So we've got to dive really deep into Fibonacci mathematics. You've heard of Fibonacci retracement. A market goes up, then it retraces 38%, based on Fib math, and then it resumes. Well, Fibonacci math can be applied to all sorts of things. It can be applied to extension. So it's not a retracement, it's how far can it extend? And then the Fib circle analysis is more mysterious. It takes the Fibonacci mathematics and it helps you expand and maybe look at both price and time, just like the Gann work, except it's easily accessible on TradingView. So I've got the Fibonacci extension levels drawn. In other videos, we've shown you how to draw them. But, for this one, because I want to keep it concise, we're going to leave up, what I drew originally. Basically, all we're doing is connecting the original low with the major high and projecting. So with that said, the Fibonacci work, the circle work, shows that maybe the next big rally, or at least the next kind of period where helium gets perky, is October of 2023. So we had November of 2023, I believe, for ETH to start waking up. We had Bitcoin waking up in the summer of 2024. So to have helium wake up in October of 2023, it's not unrealistic, right? Especially since helium's price is so depressed, and we're sort of assuming that it's going to go through a choppy winter-ish period. So helium can wake up in 2023 Q4. Question is, where can it go? Like the Fibonacci extension work shows the minimum target would be 73, okay? And then beyond that, it's 118. Seriously. All right, so go back to the token metrics chart. Like, all right, 118 may be possible because helium's dominance would have to go up a lot, and you'd have a $10 trillion market cap. So helium at 100 is possible. Okay. And the 73 number is possible because, helium dominance would only have to go up a little for it to go to 78. Helium at the time of this recording is trading at $3. If it's trading at $3 and it can go to 100 in the next cycle, then that's worth your time and attention. How important is helium going to be? I mean, at one point, helium at 61 was breathtaking. Can helium repeat a breathtaking performance in the next cycle in terms of where it is versus the rest of the market? They would have to become the decentralized internet. This is not stock in helium company, right? It's not like stock in, AT&T or, some big cable provider. It's a token. What drives the tokenomics? Are the tokenomics there for 118? Is the tokenomics there for a massive expansion in dominance? Okay, now my answer, much to the chagrin of the fundamental people, is probably not. There would have to be a breathtaking change in tokenomics for helium to be expanding in dominance. So what I'm going to do is, for the long-term price prediction from helium, right, I'm going to give the fundamental guys a new high, right? But I'm only going to give them a new high to 73. And then if helium does become the decentralized internet, obviously it can go farther than that. But for this price prediction, I'm going to go conservative. A lot of the other ones I've been like, hey, let's use our imagination. And now with this one, I'm like, okay, let's use our imagination, but let's not go crazy. So for helium, long-term price prediction, 73, focusing more on the realistic rather than the imaginative. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to watch our other videos on long-term price predictions. This is Bill Noble from Token Metrics. We'll see you next time.